This one, I
Yeah.
mean, this one I feel like everybody knows the name. It's like on the list if you cared enough to like go for it. But Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Fuck yeah.
been. I've never seen it. I don't think has anyone here seen it.
I hadn't seen it either.
Nope.
Yeah,
Uh, it's
Ang
if you've
Lee.
seen if you've seen The Incredible Hulk by Ang Lee, you've seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in terms of jumping. And
Yeah.
he rolled right off the set, brought all the cables with him, and he said, "Let's send the Hulk." So
Yeah, I respect
Like-
it. I respect it.
This team of wire workers, best in the business, can't let them go.
Yeah, straight up.
Uh,
It was some good shit.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Like,
I
as in
mean,
like jumping off those buildings and shit, like just like
Yeah.
the flying effects, or like in the fucking trees and stuff. The
Yeah,
main
that-
move.
she like comes down and runs on the water a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Crazy
those kind of
shit.
effects were really good.
Yeah, I'm crazy. You didn't see like it's like so much wire work, and I didn't see like one little paint out or like actually
Yeah.
see the wire.
Yeah.
Like
it was
and
clean.
Yeah.
the way they framed it, you'd imagine like all the work that has to go into it too. But
Yeah, especially like those
Good
close
stuff.
quarter buildings and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it does go. I mean, I love the. I mean, I'm assuming this is like homaging all like of some Chinese nature that I obviously don't have the culture for, but like. I love the jumps. I love the bounding and stuff like that. I wonder about the flying straight up, like legitimately just like sailing through the air. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
at some point I'm like, is this like, are there supernatural aspects? Were these people like actually flying right now? Like,
yeah, right. Yeah,
Mysticism.
I guess I should have known with the fucking vibranium sword or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Green Destiny.
which I mean, like, they just said they didn't know what it was made of, so or a rare metal or some shit.
Yeah, that
Space
sword was
rock.
badass, dude. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
just
sword
the
is
look of it.
fucking
Yeah,
badass.
the introduction to it. That shit was good.
It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like this. I mean, I don't know if I loved it. I got a little bored, I'd say, but that's just maybe my
Yeah.
disconnect from the culture. Maybe playing its toll, but the action sequences seem to be like the highlighter, like what the thing's trying to like excel at, and I mean, 100%. Like it kills it in those moments. So
Yeah, same here. I was just kind of it drug ass a little bit here and there when they're like telling the story and building the characters, which is fine because obviously you're just waiting for the next kung fu scene. But even
Hmm.
my complaint with the
I
kung fu
actually didn't feel
scenes,
that way.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
my only
I'll get
complaint with
into
the
that.
kung fu scenes was there was some times where it was too many cuts. I felt like it should have been like the wide shots. I don't know. They put so much work into like the wire work, like we were mentioning earlier, that I felt. I mean, the choreography was great. Don't get me wrong. There were just some scenes where it was just kind of sloppy. It felt the editing, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I can kind of see that, I think.
Yeah, I did notice they do a specific thing with the camera work where, like, to make things look faster, they like move it like
yeah.
away and quick. I don't know.
Mhm.
To be honest, I thought it worked for most
I
of the time when
loved
I
it.
saw it.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
as far as like quick cuts and stuff, yeah. But also, I think like I've been realizing that I don't know, stuff with like full subtitles. I think I'm just like more engaged because I have to pay attention to like the subtitles.
Yeah, you're forced to. Yeah.
Because like I didn't really like feel that. The only time I felt like a lag was when they introduced like the random love interest guy
Yeah.
from the
Yeah, the
desert.
desert
That's when it started to
Yeah.
lag for me. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to get out of this sequence. And then after that, I was like, all right, I'm in. Because like I don't know, I liked Limu Bai or whatever the fuck, I don't, the master guy.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ooh, not
And
nice.
I don't know, I was not expecting. I don't know, I wasn't really expecting the end to go how it did either. But I don't know. I guess I kind of liked how Michelle Yao
Yeah.
yeah
Yep.
I don't know how she basically like didn't realize until too late like of a course of action that she should have taken in her life, so she like influenced this younger person, like passed on her wisdom to do what she wanted, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did like the whole like mentor aspect her and
Mhm.
Lin
Yeah.
Mei
I don't know.
going for.
I thought it was like kind of interesting how like the Jade Fox, I think is what they called her. Like she was the antagonist of the like movie, but it was like kind of like a lesser, I don't know, like it was like a lesser plot. Like I don't know, I feel like it
Yeah.
was more about these two like wise old people trying to like mentor this young girl
For
into
sure.
like the path that she should take, which is I don't know.
Mhm.
I like that. I don't know. I liked that
For
a
sure.
lot.
Me too.
It doesn't feel like the standard, like American storytelling either. It kind of
Yeah.
leaves you in places that you're not ready for. Most Chinese movies that I've seen probably less than 5, but it's always like the ending kind of is like in a place where it's just like, oh, okay, like you gotta like kind of take it, But
Yeah, I don't know. I was just expecting her to like make the antidote fine, and he would like survive.
Same.
I really
like,
was not
expecting that
expecting
fairy
him to
tale.
die. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it was
but
cool.
I kind of liked it better how it went. To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's more tragic,
his-
obviously.
his
right?
last breath, professing love. It's like, goddamn.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that fight between Michelle Yeoh, and her Padawan in
Oh,
like the
and towards the
courtyard
end?
or whatever. Yeah.
was
Like that one
amazing.
stood out. I was like, this
Yeah.
is dope. Picking up different weapons and shit. And
Yeah, that's where the
Yeah.
cinematography really stood out to me too. In the fights
Yeah.
of like backing up from them, like with the sword coming out of like the side of the frame. That was just like, I don't know. Honestly, Ang Lee is kind of like a versatile director. He's got some wild card. He does like Brokeback Mountain and shit, and like Sense
shit. I
and
was
Sensibility.
wondering.
And he does like stuff like this and Life of Pi and Taking Woodstock and I don't know, it's
Incredible
weird.
Hulk. Or
Incredible
the
Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk. Yeah, like
yeah.
OG.
Classic.
It's weird, but it's good. Like some of it lands, obviously, but
Yeah.
I think also just like this, I was realizing watching this, like Chinese or Asian sword fighting styles, I feel like are just like so much more interesting to watch, or just like so much cooler than like, I don't know, your traditional like European sword fighting styles or like Game of Thrones type shit. Just because like, I don't know, they're like fucking knights and they're just hacking at each other, and this is just like fucking swinging and
fluid.
shit. I don't know.
Like all
Yeah,
the flow.
yeah, obviously, yeah. It just like
Yeah.
seems, I don't
Yeah.
know, more natural or
I know
fun to-
Michelle
fun to
Yeoh
watch,
is
I
like,
guess.
I think she's,
Mhm.
I mean, she's a multi-talented martial artist, but I know like Tai Chi, I feel like you could definitely see like that coming through in her fight style.
Oh
like,
yeah,
ebb
for
and
sure.
flow. Dude,
Yeah, I
she
love-
grabs- No, go ahead.
I mean, I love the sword like sequences too, but I also love like how they go into like the like finger play or like the pressure point play sometimes, and it's just like the thumbs are just as threatening as like the sword. It seems like up to the neck, like yeah, that's like it really goes into like the kung fu of it all too, and it's not only swords, which is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Did
pushes
you-
the anime feel.
Yeah,
The,
I like
the,
it.
the watching this in the fight with the girl when she's at the, I don't know, saloon, bar, inn, whatever it was. I mean, that was just Kill Bill, or I guess Kill Bill was the
Dude, like
Crazy
that's
88.
exactly what I was thinking. Like,
there's a lot of Kill Bill.
Kind of epic.
Taken from this.
Yeah.
I mean, even like there was just DNA. It felt like the staircase up the
Mhm.
mountain, and like I mean, Tarantino. It felt like
one
he
badass sword made by a
Yeah.
badass sword maker.
Yeah.
Cut through other swords. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he definitely did his version because it's only like
Yeah.
4 years later, I'd say, or so, or like even less maybe. So you might have just
I
like
don't know. I
wrote-
think Kill Bill came out in
that
like
stuff right after.
2003 because I was thinking
Yeah.
about this. I just watched it with somebody else, and because I think this came out in 2001. So like, yeah, really not too
Oh,
far
close.
like
after.
right after he
Yeah.
saw that and he
Yeah.
got inspired or something,
Yeah.
But
Maybe,
Yeah, breaking other people's swords and shit, like
Just chop 'em
cutting
in
right
half.
through 'em.
Even
Yeah.
even like the comedy aspect of it, I guess, like when she's fighting those, that's kind of like when Beatrix is fighting the Crazy 88, spanking the kid, and I don't know, it's just you can just tell I don't know if it's the direct influence or just kind of like maybe that's other Japanese or Chinese films, kung fu films are like that. Maybe
yeah.
maybe there's more than just Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon influencing
yeah.
that, but it definitely felt straight. Like, oh, I see the influence for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I really also,
Also-
just yeah, go ahead.
I looked it up after. Did you guys like the title was kind of like lost on me until I looked it up after because it doesn't really explain or say
Same.
anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys look up anything about it?
I did actually.
No,
I had a
I was
guess
curious.
before that was like hidden power and fury like underneath, obviously,
Yeah.
but
It's basically just like hidden potential or like
Yeah,
untapped
like the
potential.
the people you are like interacting with like or have like that beneath them and you might not know it or something,
Yeah.
which makes sense about like the story with the young girl and Michelle Yeoh and
That's cool. Yeah.
For sure. I had to look it up too, though, because I was just like, so Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Like,
Yeah, how did this come in?
Fighting style.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the only other thing I really noted was like the background audio was really solid, and especially in the first half of the movie with just like the peaceful, natural vibes going on with like birds and crickets and stuff like that. It just, I don't know, you really felt like you were there, and it made me invest in the scene easier. So, well done.
Yeah. We talked about a couple times the wire work, but when they're on those trees at the end, when they're chasing each other and they're like balancing on the trees, like, I don't know, it's just the choreography and the setup to get that to where they're like holding the trees down, standing on. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't as difficult as what I'm thinking, but like you still have to have some sort of balancing control of the. They're just cool.
For sure.
Yeah,
I respect that for sure.
Near the beginning where they're like bouncing between trees and shit. Like, yeah, that had to take some thinking.
Yeah.
Definitely.
There's a lot of bending trees in that sequence, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like that's just like a lot of unaccounted shit. Like
yeah.
Just
One
dangling
brain
up in the
break,
air,
dude.
like fucking like puppeting them like around trees, right?
Yeah.
That's the move, right?
Props to the crane man. So good for that guy.
Yeah. Looks
He's
good.
union. Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Solid pick. Yeah. Good pick. Don't really have any comments on it, but
kind of like one of those one that's been on there for a long time just because I always saw it on different streaming services and was like just always curious about it. So yeah, glad we got to hit on it. It's nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Finally checking it off. I don't think I loved it as much as I was anticipating, but I enjoyed it. Solid movie. Very fun. I'm glad I've seen the influence now. So
what would you guys rate it, I guess, if we we're gonna give it the ratings?
I'm like at a 3, I think.
Yeah.
To be honest, I actually gave it a 4.5.
Nice.
Oh shit! Nice.
I was
thinking
I liked it a lot.
4, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see 3.5 too, but I think my appreciation for this movie could grow in the future. So
yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I was waffling between 3.5 and 4. Ended on 3.5, but yeah,
nice.
it's one that I'd be like,
all up the scale here.
Yeah.
From 3 to 4.5. I like it.
We run the gamut. We got tastes.
Right. Multifaceted.
Yeah.